We've officially reached the year 2022, so today I'm going to be breaking down the movies I'm most excited for month by month. Now, a disclaimer before we begin, these are the movies that, as of now, are coming out next year, but things could always be delayed. They recently delayed Indiana Jones 5, for example, from this year, 2022, to next year of 2023. Also, these are the movies that we currently have release dates for. There's plenty of Disney Plus original films, like the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers movie with John Mulaney and Andy Samberg that's coming out in 2022. DC supposedly has their Batgirl movie coming to HBO Max this year, but no actual dates have been set for those films. I'm also only doing movies. There's plenty of Marvel and Star Wars shows coming out next year that I'm excited for, but this is only movies. So, let's get started. Now, January is usually a slow month for movies, but thank goodness that is not the case here, as there are 4 movies this month. On January 7th, we have The 355, which I'm a bit skeptical about, admittedly, because it's the director of Dark Phoenix, which was a film I'm not entirely fond of, but it has a decent enough cast. It's got Sebastian Stan, Jessica Chastain, Lupita Nyong'o, so while I'm not a fan of the director, the cast is what's making me a little bit more interested in it. And the fact that it's supposedly a true story, it's a historical drama, I'm always down for those, especially if it's a story that not a lot of people have maybe heard. So they can do something interesting with this supposedly true story, and it's fun. I check this one out. January 14th, we have Hotel Transylvania Transformania going straight to Amazon Prime. A movie that's been delayed many times, and frankly, I'm not that excited for, but I enjoy these movies for what they are, so I'm going to check it out. And also coming out that day on January 14th is Sesame Street. Now, this movie is supposed to come out on January 14th, but there's no marketing, so I won't be surprised if this gets delayed. But it has Anne Hathaway on the cast list, and even in movies of hers that aren't very good, she's still good in them, and yes, I am counting The Witches. I liked her in that. January 28th, we have Morbius. This movie is long overdue, and the fact that it's coming out in January makes me nervous, since the studio probably put it there because they don't have faith in it. And I do like the character of Morbius. He is very interesting. I'm excited to see to what degree Michael Keaton plays a part of this, and especially because this was supposed to come out before Venom Let There Be Carnage. It was supposed to come out before Spider-Man No Way Home. So we'll see how this connects, if it connects at all. We'll see what happens with this. And that moves us into February. February 4th, we have Moonfall. Now, full disclaimer, as of me filming this movie is not yet rated, so there's a good chance this could be rated R. But if it ends up being PG-13, I'm excited for it. It's Roland Emmerich, and while none of his movies are what I'd call a good quality, with the exception of Independence Day, they're at least fun. Not that the two are mutually exclusive. And it has a great cast behind it. Halle Berry, Patrick Wilson, Michael Pena, Donald Sutherland. This looks like it's going to be kind of a fun sci-fi, even if it is a little bit corny and cheesy and has a few story issues. February 11th, we have Death on the Nile, another movie that's been long delayed. I enjoyed what Kenneth Branagh did with the first movie, Murder on the Orient Express, and this looks just as good. I'm excited to see another Agatha Christie Hercule Poirot mystery movie. The cast behind this is really great. I'm excited to see this. And February 18th, we have Uncharted. I'm a huge fan of the games. I enjoyed the adventure, and this is directed by the director of the first Venom movie. And what's really going to help this movie is the fact that it's not based on any one of the games. It's a prequel, so it won't be confusing to those unfamiliar with the games. And Tom Holland's stunts in the trailer looked great. This looks super fun. That'll bring us into March, and on March 4th we have The Batman. Both of these trailers have absolutely wowed me. It's the same director as Cloverfield or Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I'm very excited for this. I love how, from what it appears to be in the trailer, that the Riddler is sort of more like a real-life serial killer, sort of modeled after like a serial killer you'd find in real life, though it is still in the world of comic book. You know, as before, we've gotten like really silly, cartoony versions of Riddler, but here they're making like a real threat. So, and Colin Farrell's makeup as the Penguin, he's absolutely unrecognizable. They did a great job with the makeup with the Penguin, so I'm very excited to see what they do with this. March 11th, we have the new Pixar movie, Turning Red. This looks really cute and funny. The idea that this girl who turns into a giant red panda anytime she experiences negative emotions, kind of like the Hulk, but cuter, is a fun idea. I think much like Inside Out, it will teach kids that it's okay to feel stressed sometimes. And the animation looks very different than anything Pixar's done, and it looks very creative. Bringing us into April, on April 8th, we have Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I enjoyed the first movie a lot more than I thought I would. This one has Idris Elba as Knuckles, which is perfect casting. And on April 15th, we have Fantastic Beasts, The Secrets of Dumbledore. I'm one of the few people that actually enjoyed the Crimes of Grindelwald movie, And after the tragic and shocking ending of that film, I'm very excited to see what becomes of certain characters. Eddie Redmayne's been a delight in these movies. I'm excited to see more of him, and just the whole world that J.K. Rowling has created is just so fun to spend time in. On May 6th, we have Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. This was supposed to come out in March, but they didn't want it competing with Batman because it was supposed to come out like 3 weeks after Batman, so they moved it. So very excited to see what happens, how it ties into WandaVision and Spider-Man No Way Home. And on May 20th, we have DC Super Pets. Honestly, this looks just like Secret Life of Pets, but it's got The Rock. It's got Kevin Hart, who was also in Secret Life of Pets, so that's weird. John Krasinski, Keanu Reeves, so a voice cast like that has me intrigued. On May 27th, we have Top Gun Maverick. Now, I've never seen the original Top Gun, so I have no nostalgia for it. And I honestly felt absolutely nothing when watching the trailer. But it's Tom Cruise. He's always fun. I'll watch the first Top Gun right before this comes out. It'll be kind of an interesting experience to see this movie that's 30, 40 years old now. I've never seen it. So I'm excited to see maybe what stunts are we getting. That's kind of what I'm wondering. Bring us into June. On June 10th, we have Jurassic World Dominion. Now, I know a lot of people had problems with Fallen Kingdom. I will acknowledge that movie wasn't the best, but we've got everyone coming back for this one. Jeff Goldblum, Laura Dern, Sam Neill. I'm excited to see them team up with Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard as they live in what has essentially become Planet of the Apes, but with dinosaurs. That could be kind of fun. How are the humans and the dinosaurs kind of trying to coexist, and who wins? Are they going to shock us and have the dinosaurs actually win? It's going to have like Planet of the Apes? I don't know. We'll see where this goes. Number 17th, we have another Pixar movie, Lightyear. The trailer came out for this one. I'm excited for it. There's little nuggets of the Star Command show, and kind of want to see what Chris Evans does as Buzz Lightyear. He's not going to be Tim Allen, but see him take a shot at it. And on July 1st, we had Minions: The Rise of Gru, which was supposed to come out 2 years ago. Now, I'm a mildly big fan of Despicable Me. They're fun movies. Even some of the weaker entries are still kind of entertaining. Frankly, I'm just excited to see what happens with Gru. I want to kind of see his origin story, how he became who he is in the first movie. So this looks like this could be kind of fun. And on July 8th, we have Thor: Love and Thunder. Now, I liked Thor Ragnarok, and I like Taika Waititi, and the fact that he's come back to direct this one has me a little intrigued, but I need more plot details. And from the plot details we've gotten, I'm not that excited for it just based on the plot details, because it seems like even though it's called Thor: Love and Thunder, and I could be wrong on this, but it seems like even though it's called Thor: Love and Thunder, it seems like the movie's not going to focus so much on Thor, and instead it's going to focus more on Valkyrie and Natalie Portman. I'm not really a fan of the character of Valkyrie that much. And honestly, the fact that Natalie Portman wasn't even in Thor Ragnarok, and she comes back and is now the star, that seems like that's kind of cheating a little bit. You sat the last one out, and then you come back and you expect to be the star. There's some rocky issues I have with this. And on July 29th, we have Black Adam. The trailer they showed at DC Fandom a few months ago has got me pumped. And now I'm not very familiar with this character. I'm not sure if it's a hero or a villain. But either way, trailer was epic. He looks like he's going to give Superman a run for his money. September 23rd. This is an odd one, but it's Puss in Boots 2: The Last Wish. I love the first Puss in Boots movie. I'm really hoping this keeps the same sense of fun and adventure that the first one did. And on September 30th, we have Mission Impossible 7. Now, plot-wise, all the Mission Impossible movies are more or less the same, but the stunts always deliver. Frankly, I'm just excited to see what crazy stunts Tom Cruise does in this one. 2020 is going to be the year of Tom Cruise, isn't it? Because we got Top Gun, and then we got Mission Impossible. So, Tom Cruise is going to have a good year. He's going to have a good 2022, assuming these both come out the same year and they don't get delayed. October 7th, we have Spider-Verse 2, or Across the Spider-Verse, so whatever it's called at this point. Either way, the teaser trailer had me very excited. I can't wait to see what new Spider characters show up, how the characters of Miles and Gwen are expanded. I'm excited to see what they do with this. The first one was really creative. It was really fun. It was wacky, but it was also serious. It was honestly an amazing film. Hopefully they keep that hot streak going with this one. On November 4th, we have The Flash, though I am a bit nervous because this movie has been delayed for years. Every time it seemed like we were getting closer to this movie finally coming out, a director left, a writer left, there was drama on the set, so it's a movie with a very troubled history. But I hope that the finished product that we maybe eventually possibly get more than makes up for it. If it comes out, it could be delayed again. And I wouldn't be surprised if it is, because the very next week, on November 11th, is Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever. So I would not be surprised if The Flash moves because it does want to compete with this one. Now, regarding Black Panther Wakanda Forever, I think it's going to be a very difficult movie without Chadwick Boseman. Though, personally, I think the film is going to explore the 5 years that the character of T'Challa was snapped away, because there's a lot you can explore with that. You can still pay tribute to Chadwick Boseman and the character of T'Challa without, kind of having issues with it, because there's a lot you can explore with this now that Black Panther is snapped away, because Wakanda doesn't have a king for 5 years. So what do? And Wakanda is also now open to the rest of the world, so how does that affect it? I'm curious to see what happens with this. And December is an interesting one, because as of now, on December 16th, both Aquaman 2 and Avatar 2 are set to release on the same day. So obviously, one of these is going to move, and frankly, it's still anyone's game at this point. It could still go either way. Avatar 2 has been delayed, and there's still hardly any info about this movie, so frankly, my money's on Avatar 2. I think Avatar 2 is going to get delayed again. Now, Aquaman 2 could also move. It could also go straight to HBO Max. And the reason I say that is because they recently moved their Blue Beetle movie from being an HBO Max exclusive. It's now going to theaters. So there's now this hole in their HBO Max schedule, and they want people to subscribe to that. So I could see Aquaman potentially moving release dates. If Avatar 2 doesn't move, or going straight to streaming if it doesn't move, they might see that and go, oh, well, Avatar was one of the highest grossing movies of all time up until Endgame came out. And in some places, it still is the highest grossing movie of all time. We're going to run Taylor Run, so they might just dump it onto HBO Max. But as of now, they're still testing the waters, no pun intended. And frankly, I'm more excited for Aquaman because, frankly, I was never a really big fan of the Avatar movie. And I don't really know where there is for that story to go. I frankly don't care at all about Avatar 2. But Aquaman, I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm especially hoping that we get to see more of Black Manta. He was an interesting character with a cool design. I'm excited to see what happens next. So there you go. That is the, rundown or preview of what, as of now, is coming out in 2022 with their respective release dates as of me filming this. And so let me know what you think. Let me know what movies you're excited for in 2022, and I will see you next time.